This week, we look further into the closing of CVS on Park Avenue.
Then, we visit a new restaurant downtown that specializes in sandwiches, salads, and pastries.
And later, we get an exclusive look at the women's basketball team on their road to recovery. Welcome to JambarTV. I'm Amanda Jornt.
And I'm Thomas Kushner. The recent closure of CVS leaves some YSU students wondering where they'll go to buy necessities. The store's convenient location near campus closed 2 weeks ago. Amanda investigates the closure and how it will affect the campus community.
With the recent closure of CVS Pharmacy on Park Avenue, students may encounter some challenges when receiving their daily medications. Haley Drennan was diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic at 16 years old and relies on her insulin pump multiple times a day for survival. In the past, Drennan picked up her medications at the CVS on Park Avenue, but has recently relocated to the CVS in Niles for better convenience.
I can't imagine students have type 1 diabetes and other chronic conditions, but on top of managing that condition, they also have to find out how to get to their pharmacy if they don't have a car. So just on top of being a student and having a chronic illness, they now have to take the bus or something to get to their pharmacy, and I think that's like a huge inconvenience to them.
The closure of CVS on Park Avenue gives other pharmacies in the area a chance to respond to the community's needs. The Mercy Health facility in downtown Youngstown opened its St. Elizabeth Hospital Pharmacy to the public after hearing CVS would close its doors this month. The facility responded quickly to the pharmacy need in the Youngstown community. While the pharmacy may not carry all drugstore items, the facility is able to fill prescriptions such as an antibiotic and blood pressure medications.
Whether it's short-term antibiotics or long-term blood pressure treatment, antidepressants, those types of things. We have a small over-the-counter section at this time because this location is being remodeled or moved soon. There would be maybe more opportunities for some over-the-counter products.
With the walk-in clinic located on YSU's campus, conversation for extended services at the location are underway.
We have additional plans to add services. What those services are at this time is not defined. So as we work through and we continue to serve that student faculty population, those will be indicators of what services are needed at that facility.
With JambarTV, I'm Amanda Jornt. Students and community members joined together for an MLK Observance to remember the life of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The annual event took place last week in the Chestnut Room of Kilcolly Center to celebrate Dr. King's legacy of service and support for people of all backgrounds. During the observance, MLK Service Leadership Awards were given to Crystal Hawthorne, Malik Montgomery, Madonna Chisholm Pinkard, and Jasmine Smiles for their commitment to service and inclusion together through their communities.
Our hope today is to create an experience that is one that will bring people together. The goal is to really help people understand the importance of Dr. Martin Luther King's legacy. That was not just a message of folks of African American descent, it was a message about inclusion and diversity and social justice for all people. And so our hope today is that through our program that we will show what that unity looks like.
Boxes labeled "Pay It Forward" are popping up all over the Mahoning Valley, bringing everyday necessities to those in need. Jambar reporter Brianna Gleghorn has more on the story.
YSU alumnus Joseph Danier was inspired to start the Pay It Forward boxes from him and his son's favorite movie, Pay It Forward.
It was a cool concept where one person does a random act of kindness and then inspires another person to do it, and it just grows exponentially. And so my son and I had the idea of doing this ourselves to see how many people we could inspire.
Although Danier has started 3 boxes, his idea has encouraged others to host a box for those in need in their area.
Purpose would be, if you're struggling, you come and take something, and then later on when you get whole again, you come back and give something. And we hope that circuit connects.
Bridge of Hope Church in Boardman hosts the box and has seen a successful turnout.
See some family pull up with a couple of kids and, scoop out the macaroni and cheese, and you just see the kids get all excited, and that side of it's really neat. I think people like to give with no strings attached, and so sometimes when you give to a church or a nonprofit, everybody's wondering, like, where's that dollar going? And this is literally no strings attached, and people can come and give what they want and take what they need, and I love that kind of concept. It doesn't, there's no filter, there's no system. It's quite literally giving in its purest form.
Brianna Gleghorn, JambarTV.
New Year's resolutions. Everyone makes them, but does everyone keep them? Many people make fitness and health-related resolutions, but both the Youngstown community and the YSU Rec Center notice a decrease in gym participation this time of the year, not even a month after resolutions are made. The YSU Rec Center recommends taking on small, manageable goals in order to build new habits.
People take on such a big chunk of a resolution. It's like, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do this, but there's no main focal point, and they're not taking a step at a time to reach each little significant goal. It's taking it piece by piece where you see more success than just doing it all. I want to lose, hypothetically saying, 30 pounds in 6 months. That's really not realistic, and there's no smart goal to that.
Rewind the tapes and sew on your shoulder pads, because the YSU Division of Students Experience is transforming Kilcawley Center into a throwback party. Penguin Nights will press play tonight from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. in spaces like the Hub, the Lower Arcade, and the Chestnut Room. Attendees can expect music from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, as well as games and free food. Show up early for a chance to win a 43-inch Roku TV, a Fitbit, a new pair of AirPods, and many more high-tech prizes. This event is exclusively for current YSU students, so make sure you bring your YSU ID for entry. Doors open at 9:30 and admission ends at midnight.
A YSU student is changing the world one Facebook post at a time. Michelle McDonald is the creator of Kind Hearts, Bless Souls, a Facebook group which has reached 10,000 members in only 1 month. This organization allows members to donate items to those in need or request some extra help. There's one rule everyone must follow: no money.
I've always wanted to sponsor a family for Christmas, and I never have any money. So I'm a college student, I'm a mom, I have no money. So I was just kind of looking around the house, and I was like, I have all this stuff. Why don't I just donate it to somebody? Why don't we do that? We donate it to Salvation Army, but they sell it. It's not free. So that's kind of how it helps people in need is, you don't have to pay for it. And it's basically this concept as a buy-sell group where you just meet up with somebody, pick a meet date, pick up drop-off. So it's your convenience, however you want to do it. So that's helpful too. But it basically helps out people because it's literally free.
Coffee enthusiasts and brunch lovers will soon have another restaurant option closer to campus. The Moka House is expanding its downtown location. JambarTV reporter Alyssa Weston has more on the story.
The Moka House, a local eatery most known for its coffee, baked goods, and Greek specialties, opens a new location in downtown Youngstown. The restaurant on Eastern Gateway Community College's campus serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
When somebody comes to the Moka House, you should be prepared to see all kinds of options, anything your heart desires. We have breakfast, lunch, dinner options, amazing pastries, so many awesome drinks and drink specials. So whatever you're in the mood for, come on down. We probably more than likely have it on our menu, and it is delicious.
After 6 months of construction, the Moka House had a soft opening on Monday, but will announce a grand opening with a ribbon cutting later this month. An official date has not been set.
This location is pretty unique in itself because it's surrounded by such a tight-knit community, I have felt. So I feel like we're an immediate first connection to a lot of the locals around here. Whether it be people in the schools, people working around the city, people living in the city, it's such a close connection to them, and I'm really happy that we're able to be here to cater to this community.
Georgala says the Moka House hopes to adopt Pete's Points in the near future to appeal to more YSU students.
We definitely want it to feel like home for the students. More than anything, we want it to feel like a good place you guys can study, come chill on your breaks, just hang out and take a little breather from your classes. So we're working hard on making that happen.
The Moka House is open daily from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Alyssa Weston, JambarTV.
Up next, executive producer Alyssa Weston sits down with YSU students Isabel Greathouse and Emily Cosma.
They'll tell us all about a new organization starting up on campus, Tea Time for Parents. So stay with us.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex and I'm Y and proud.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University and proud. You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Hey kid, you wanna try some exercise?
Wait, what? What's going on right now?
Yeah man, exercise.
I don't know. I don't know if I should even be talking to you right now.
It's got lots of benefits.
Okay.
The benefits of exercise include increased levels of energy, higher quality of sleep, better muscle and bone strength, improved memory, and clearer skin.
Welcome back to JambarTV. Today I'm joined with the YSU alumna and the current YSU student who are responsible for creating the group Tea Time with Parents. Isabella and Emily, thank you both so much for being here today. So before I ask you a little bit about your organization, can you both kind of tell me about your journey as a parent, going to college, and how you got to where you are today?
You can start. Okay. I just graduated actually last semester in dietetics, and my second semester of school, I was pregnant with Corinne, my daughter. She's 3 years old, and
Corinne was here with us earlier. So.
Yeah, she was. Throughout, I decided to complete school, and it definitely can be difficult, but
you survived it. You pushed through. What about you?
So growing up, I ended up homeless. So I was homeless for a while. I ended up getting my own apartment when I was 17. I worked 3 jobs through high school. And then I finally decided to go to college. And my sophomore year of college, I had my daughter. Her name's Ariana. She's 2.5. Ever since I had her, I've been bringing her to class with me just because daycare is very expensive. I've always had to work multiple jobs. I have my own house, so it's been difficult, but last semester I thought about dropping out of school. I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm going 18 credit hours, I have a kid, working 3 jobs. It was just like really unrealistic. So I sat there and I thought for a while, and I was like, what can I do to help not only myself, but other students? And that's when I decided to start an organization, start a couple programs, and really help not only myself, but other parents and future parents of YSU.
So you two kind of started working on this project last semester, and it seems to kind of be taking off now. Can you tell me a little bit about Tea Time for Parents and what your plans are for this year?
Tea Time for Parents is an organization. All the parents get together. We have a bunch of helpful resources. We'll pass out packets, discuss what it's like being a parent on campus. And it's just really to get the parents together and get the kids together and show that there is support for student parents on campus.
Yeah, and I know you just graduated. Do you feel that this is something that was missing from the campus community?
Absolutely. I think that it can be isolating sometimes for parents on campus. So I wish there was something like this while I was going here. Find someone to connect with, be able to have resources provided to me that I wasn't aware of, because every day I am learning about resources out there that I could have taken advantage of.
Yeah, and so tell me how the two of you kind of started working on this and how other parents can get involved.
So I went to student government and I was like, I want to start an organization. And they're like, you can do that, but you need 5 people. So I went to social media and I was like, does anyone know anybody that's a student at YSU that has a child? And I posted that on social media, and then that's when she messaged me and she's like, oh, I go to YSU and I have a kid. I'm like, oh, perfect. So the word spread pretty fast. We're up to 12 members now. We're hoping to gain a bunch more members because there are a lot of parents on campus, so I really encourage everybody to join. There's a lot of helpful resources and grants, programs that will help you succeed with everything.
So I know that a big part of the group is, supporting each other and helping each other out, but I also know that you're working on a few service projects and different outreach. So can you tell me a little bit about what you're working on?
Yes, the first thing we're working on is the food pantry. So we extended that for children. So we're collecting hats, gloves, coats, diapers, formula, wipes, snacks, juice pouches for kids, anything you could think of for a kid. We're trying to get that into the pantry because there's students like us that had to bring our kids to class, and there's been days that I ran out of diapers and I had to leave school because I didn't have a diaper and I just didn't come back to class, So.
Yeah, and I know we were talking earlier about some statistics when it comes to going to college, having kids. Do you want to share some of those for our viewers to kind of understand what it's like to be a parent on campus?
Yeah, so there's about 4 million college students that attend college. 2.1 million are single mothers that go to school. So that being said, that's a lot of parents that go to colleges around the world. YSU has a tuition that's about $8,000. To go to daycare for a year is about $10,000. That's a lot of money. The minimum wage in Ohio is $8.55. So if you work 40 hours a week, you make $342. You're still over the Ohio poverty guidelines, so you don't qualify for benefits. So trying to go to school, work full time, and provide for your child, and paying for daycare seems nearly impossible.
It seems like it's good that now that there's something like this on campus, because it does seem like it takes a village in a lot of different ways. Yes. So before we wrap up, can you two both kind of tell me your advice for a parent who's going through college?
Absolutely. Don't give up. Keep going. Like Izzy said earlier, there are times where we felt like we wanted to give up, but we didn't. And it's definitely worth it in the end to just keep going. And also, I would recommend to reach out for help as much as possible and not to hesitate.
My advice for parents is there's always options out there, and if you don't see the option for you, create it. That's what I did. I was like, I don't see anything that's helping me. What can I do to get the help that I need and to help other parents? So that's why I decided to start this organization, help with the food pantry, and I hope once all of this is developed and we explore costs for daycares on campus, that we can implement this onto other colleges in Ohio and hopefully around the United States.
Well, thank you both so much again, and good luck to you both.
Thank you so much.
Up next, Abigail will be giving us a weekly update on arts and entertainment in Youngstown, so stay with us.
The Penguin Club supports your Youngstown State student athletes.
Thanks to the Penguin Club, our student athletes are given the chance to win a championship and, more importantly, earn a degree.
Join the Penguin Club to support YSU and benefit from priority season tickets, game day parking, and access to hospitality suites.
Be a part of the team behind the teams.
Join the Penguin Club and make a difference.
Call 330-9411-YSU or go to ysusports.com for more information.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa and I'm YN proud.
The environment in the hospital can be very intense for a patient. Being able to put a smile on their face brightens up my day. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is nursing. What I love about studying nursing is that it takes you out of the classroom and into the lab. It's really hands-on. The professors here push you to be your absolute best, So if you want it, you got to work hard for it. I am so excited about my future. I'm Shantiana, and I am why I'm proud.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Abigail Cloutier with an inside look at the arts and entertainment scene of Youngstown. Faculty, students, and community members gathered at Bliss Hall for YSU Jazz Day and Saxophone Summit. Performances, discussions, and demonstrations highlighted the day. Jamie Abersold, world-renowned jazz performer, educator, and author, was the featured artist. He shared music knowledge with all in attendance. Jambar reporter Francis Claus has more.
Jamie Abersold's series of instructional books and CDs are an internationally renowned resource for jazz education, and his summer workshops have educated students of all ages. He brought that knowledge to Bliss Hall on Saturday as this event's featured artist, inspiring members of the saxophone studio at YSU.
Guest artist Jamie Abersold is just like Dr. Rumble, a world-class musician, and being able to share in his wisdom is an excellent opportunity. So I guess that's been the number one thing, just listening to him chat for a while.
The main focus for us was to bring in younger students around high school age so they could kind of see what we're about as far as the jazz aspect is concerned, and especially since it's Jamie Abersold. I mean, he's a world-renowned jazz saxophonist, so that was bound to bring in some people. So I think for our studio, it was really good to kind of get some interest there with our studio and then be able to play for them from some of the students in our group.
A YSU Jazz faculty concert with Jamie Abersold, a jam session for all attendees, and YSU student combos closed the event. Future Dana Jazz Ensemble performances are available on YSU's event page. Francis Claus, JambarTV.
Some students find a better career match for themselves after college. It's common to change majors once or twice throughout college, but for Laura Ogram, graduating with a music education degree at YSU in spring 2017 and landing her first teaching job led her to where she is now. She's starting fresh as an accounting major at the Williamson College of Business Administration.
I definitely had some pushback with my decision. A lot of people told me it's the district you're teaching in. It's, if you were in a different setting or a different district, you would be happy and everything would be perfect. But for the most part, a lot of my previous professors, family members, friends were all very supportive because I think they saw that I wasn't really thriving being a teacher. I definitely wouldn't change it. I'm probably spending a lot more money than I would have had to if I would have just gone directly the accounting route, but I wouldn't be the person I am, and I still will always have a place in my heart for music.
This week, we went behind the counter of Stone Fruit Coffee Company to see how they make one of their most popular drinks. JambarTV reporter Alyssa Weston has more.
Stone Fruit Coffee Company on Lincoln Avenue has become a popular spot for YSU community members to grab a quick coffee or to spend a few hours catching up with friends since the coffee shop first opened in 2016. Stone Fruit Coffee Company Youngstown owner Mike Cupp shows JambarTV how to make one of their most popular drinks, the Oreo Mocha Crumble. First, start with a pump of dark chocolate and a pump of white chocolate syrup. From there, grind the espresso beans, then impact the ground coffee and brew a double shot of espresso. After that, steam the milk and combine. Top off the drink with whipped cream, white chocolate, and dark chocolate, and also with crushed Oreos. Stone Fruit Coffee Company in Youngstown is open Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Fridays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays 9 a.m. to noon, and is closed on Sundays.
Up next, Dom and Brandon will give us an inside look at YSU sports, so stay tuned.
Indianapolis, the heart of hoops hysteria.
And beginning in March, the home of the Horizon League Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. 8 teams look to reach the horizon and punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament at the Indiana Farmers Coliseum. Semifinal action takes place Monday, March 9th, and Horizon League champions are crowned Tuesday, March 10th. Visit horizonleague.com for more information and to score your tickets today.
It's always out there. The horizon. A reminder that our greatest goals are rarely attained. And as soon as you reach one, another emerges. But every day we rise and work harder, dig deeper, ask one more question, take one more shot in relentless pursuit of our horizon.
So this week in student activities, we have Penguin Nights Blast from the Past coming up this Friday, tonight actually. It starts at 10 p.m. You'll check in through the Chick-fil-A in Kilcawley, and we'll have a bunch of different throwback themed events like a live karaoke band, airbrush tattoo artists, giant games, karaoke, Not Your Granny's Bingo, whole bunch of fun stuff going on. So Wednesday next week, we have our first Adulting 101 series on budgeting, which is something that unfortunately we all probably could do a little better at. So it's going to be taking place here in the Cove in Kilcawley Center, starting at 4 p.m. and it'll last about an hour. And just in general, keep in mind that all of our Greek life organizations are recruiting, so go to ysu.edu/Greek life to learn more about each organization and get started to joining one.
Welcome back to JambarTV, everyone. Time for sports. I'm Dom Joseph.
And I'm Brandon Terlecki. Super Bowl 54 is set, Dom, and on February 2nd, the Kansas City Chiefs will face off against the San Francisco 49ers as we are about to conclude the 100th season of the NFL. Many of our viewers know that the 49ers have a lot of Youngstown ties. We have seen the team from the Bay visit Youngstown State and hold practice here at the Ice Castle several times, and it just so happens that the 49ers owners, the DeBartolo family, are from the city of Grit, a family who knows a little bit about winning championships. Now they have the chance to tie for the most Super Bowls in NFL history, along with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. Youngstown wishes the best to both teams in the Super Bowl, and most of all, to the DeBartolo family.
Now, the men's basketball team hit the road last weekend to take on the top 2 teams in the Horizon League. Last Thursday, the Gwins fell to Northern Kentucky 88-63. But then on Saturday, they played a much more competitive game against Wright State, but lost in the final minutes 79-72. The Penguins then returned home to play Milwaukee last night and will take on Green Bay in the Beagley Center tomorrow. With a 5-game home stretch coming their way, Coach Calhoun feels good about the team returning to Youngstown.
This is a time of year, you want to be healthy. There's no doubt about it. You want to be confident, and you got to play some good basketball because we only have 11 games left. There's a lot on the line and a lot to play for. We've been really good in this building, so I'm looking forward to it.
We now move on to the women's basketball team and their long road to recovery. The Gwins have been without some key players for some time and are slowly getting back to where they need to be to make a splash in the conference as we come down to the stretch of the season. One of those key players is junior guard McKenna Peters, who was a participant in shoot-around but is still listed as doubtful for tonight's matchup against Green Bay. Peters played in all 32 games last season except for senior day and totaled 281 points and 174 rebounds. With 2 tough road wins and the team slowly getting back to where they need to be health-wise, head coach John Barnes and the team will take the W's any way they can.
I think it's big for us to get any wins are big, but in the situation we were in, to get a couple on the road, knowing that we have some crucial players out that we're expecting back over the next couple weeks, gives us some confidence going into the home stretch.
Thanks for tuning in to JambarTV. For more information on stories and additional content, check out our website or pick up a copy of the Jambar today. I'm Amanda Jorrant.
And I'm Thomas Kushner. We'll see you next Friday at noon, Penguins.